finance, governance, risk and compliance, business intelligence and business objects, and components of the student lifecycle management system. Of other applications that are part of the business that we use. So in Easter this year, so late April, the university went live as the first global customer of SAP's Simple Finance. The reason why we went to the cloud-based version of it was to disrupt, because that's our break and a lot of people take leave, personal leave and holidays, so we were doing more planning in that period. We took finance off-premise from Melbourne and hosted it in the HEC environment in Sydney, so over 1,000 kilometres away. We would close the report on the last working day of the month and then allow 10 working days before we produce monthly reports. So you will see the last month's report about halfway into the month of the next month. Our first run of this has taken that report generation down to 2 to 3 days. So we've been able to get a great efficiency just on month end. We've seen benefits in bank reconciliations or anything that requires lots of data crunching to create a report. HANA is significantly faster. It takes to get reliable information about how much money is left on their grant. When they get that information instantaneously and it's been verified, then they have more time to concentrate on research. So for them, there's a success story. For the students, the consolidated from library systems, from parking, from student administration, that consolidated one single statement for students is instantaneously prepared for them. The other thing that we're working on right now, which we'll see in July the first time, is students that come to Australian universities come under a government-funded offer called HECS, Higher Education Contribution Scheme. They start in March, and by the end of March, if they haven't exited the university, then they now get the liability and the government will hold them responsible for their course. So some students that come in the first month decide, I don't want to be at university, this is not what I thought it was going to be, and leave just before end of March. For us to intervene, we need to identify from all our various systems early warning signals for a student. Student hasn't been to the library, hasn't connected to the wireless, hasn't paid a bill, hasn't registered for a tutorial, hasn't come to a class. And you've got a 4-week period to get them to stay. The way we do it now, it takes us almost 2.5, 3 weeks to identify them. So we have not much time for intervention to try to work with them on, do you want to take a break, have a gap year? If they leave, that's fine, but try to convince or work with them to keep more than to stay, because that is our income stream. And does things creatively, innovatively, because in 3 years' time, when they go to look for a job, they want to make sure that La Trobe University degree means something in the marketplace. I mean, I made a comment before that if I had some La Trobe students here this week going for jobs at Sapphire because of how much people hear about La Trobe today, it would be a good news story for them. So we've got to keep that momentum going because we think it's a good brand and we want our students to be very successful. Go live period, we took the environment offline for 5 days, we ran through all our tests, and throughout that whole period we reserved the right to go back to the system we turned off if it didn't pass. So there was always a safety barrier back, but it was a successful project. So now we've turned off the on-premise and now running all of our business completely out of the HANA cloud. That positive note has also given us now the chance to drive many more of the applications.